former SEBI chairman CB Bhave and currently trustee of the IFRS Foundation joins us for this interview. Mr. Bhave, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Why is IFRS so exciting?
Well, IFRS is an international standard, so it's like a language in which you communicate the financial performance of a company to the stakeholders at large. And if a common language is used, then the comparability of companies around the world increases. Otherwise, you have to interpret each language, and therefore common language is very important.
Okay, what's in it for investors?
Indian investors are increasingly getting exposure to foreign world in terms of their ability to invest abroad, in terms of their investing in investment vehicles that invest abroad, and in terms of the foreign companies that set up shop here and list in India, investing there. So if the investor gets the ability to compare the results of one of our big companies with its peer group abroad, then it really knows what the performance is. But if this is in different technical languages, then it is very difficult for the investor to compare the two.
What do you see are the top 3 challenges that India faces in bringing this IFRS regime?
I think one of the top challenges is to psychologically adjust to the idea that we are subscribing to an international standard.
Okay.
And sometimes the sovereignty issue is raised, but this is not the first international standard that we are subscribing to. So to my mind, we should be able to overcome that hurdle. The second issue will be training our accountants and auditors in this area, and that is not something that people will do it in abstract. So that will start happening as India goes forward on this journey. And the third thing will be, how do we phase it in?
Okay, many people believe that IFRS will perhaps have big impact on M&As and collaborative arrangements. Would you agree with that view, and if yes, then why?
Yeah, in the sense that if a foreign company is looking to take over an Indian company and the Indian company has already got IFRS accounts, then it is so much easier for them to understand what the performance of the company is all about and don't have to go through a process of discovery. So to that extent, the valuations that our companies obtain will be higher. It applies equally when Indian companies go and acquire companies abroad. If they are already used to IFRS, then they can immediately see where in the picture will this new acquisition fit in.
Okay, in terms of the carve-outs that we have from the IFRS, some people believe that perhaps India should have gone the whole hog and not done this in what would be perceived as a half-hearted manner. Would you agree with that view?
You know, every time when you are on a journey, people can always either say that you have traveled half the distance, or they can say that you have not traveled the other half. So I'm not too concerned with the idea that there are carve-outs, but I think the goal in our mind that ultimately we have to reach where IFRS is and do it fast is very important, because India has slipped on an earlier commitment to start this process in 2011. Now that at least we are committed to starting the process is a good thing, but we need to show real progress.
Okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rate India Inc.'s preparedness for IFRS?
I think some of them are already ready because they're raising capital in the US, and US allows IFRS to be, their reports to be in IFRS. And we had given that option for consolidated accounts to the companies in India. And about 10 or 11 of the big companies are already reporting in IFRS.
So what number would you put their readiness at?
I would say that our readiness is good among the top companies, and that's where the issue of phasing in comes in. And the government has rightly decided that it is going to go step by step and first get the top companies in and then allow the rest of the companies to come in.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.